So why does art matter? Actually, you know what does art matter? And what is beauty? If you make things that are pretty, if you're like striving for beauty, does that mean that you're ignorant? Does that mean that you're living in some kind of dream world? Or does it mean you understand that the world suffers, but there's hope? And that hope takes work. And that work is worth it. And that's why it's okay to like Matisse and his stupid dancing ladies. Or maybe art matters because it tells the truth. Art matters because it's serious and it's funny and it makes no sense. And it makes all the sense in the world, and it's real. Does art matter just because we desperately want it to matter? Or does it matter because we can't really figure out why it matters, but it keeps persisting as if it does? And are we paying our art school tuitions to boost our fragile egos? Or are we paying art schools to learn how to think? To learn how to think like artists? Because art won't save you when you need chemotherapy. Art won't save you when the zombies come for us all. Art can't directly mend a broken economy or oust a corrupt leader or solve Fermi's paradox. But it's dance and music and poetry and painting and creating and making stupid crap every now and then that keeps us from going totally insane. Do random moments that happen way before you were born shape your entire life? Or is your life shaped by these tiny random moments that you're just apt to overlook if you're going through the motions? If capitalism is just this beast that's driven by money, and religion is driven by a deep fear of the unknown, and television is driven by loneliness and serves as a sad portal to all the lives we wish we were living, I think art is important because it's driven by love. In our darkest moments, the paintings, the sculptures, the performances, the things we make become more real to us than anyone in the world. Even if someone is painting something you think is quite arbitrary or banal or dumb or unimportant or overdone or totally irrelevant or mainstream or too much or too little, that thing that they made still screams to me that it's loved. And that's why it matters. And how do you ever know when it's done? Well, like all great things, you never know. You feel. So what is beauty? Like, does anybody have a non-prejudiced definition of beauty that won't stop the conversation? Is it something that moves you? French novelist Stendhal said that beauty is a promise of happiness, which means beauty is a question. Beauty is a guess. It's a pursuit. It's not a destination. What do we want when we make art? What is it that we're hoping will happen when we release this thing to the people? Engage, of course. It's always like, oh, we want people to engage, but it feels like more than that. It feels like we want the viewer to stop what they're doing, look at your art, and believe that they are somehow better off for having looked at what you made, and believe that you will deliver them this promise of happiness again. It's just too bad that nobody gives a shit about your definition of beauty. Hardly anyone cares about anything at all, let alone your artwork. Because it's cooler to scream about the things you find irritating than to talk about the things that you fucking love. So what if beauty is the promise of happiness? So beauty can't be located. It can barely be defined. If it's important that the artist cares, it's not really that she cares. It's specifically what she cares about. When I walk up to a piece of art for the first time, I like to imagine that it's alive and it's looking at me and it's judging me. And suddenly I understand there's not a place in the world where I can go and be totally unseen. And this thing, whatever it is, a painting or a sculpture, it grabs my wrist and it pulls me in and it whispers, if you really want something different, you have to be brave enough to change.
Oh my God. Moon. Is that moon?
Oh my God, yeah, look at that.
Oh my God.
Oh, freaky. I didn't give you permission to film me.
Can I have permission, please?
No.
Come on, you look like Harry Styles.
Oh my God, someone's gonna get murdered tonight. It's a murder moon. What? It looks like an orange.
We should stay here together.
Ew, Marcus!